What up, Smart Rapper Gang? I know you guys really like when I put out lists of things so that you can learn faster. Like, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me give you these things today. Today we're going to talk about the 12 mistakes that I made in my first year as a rapper. Okay? Now don't forget, the first mixtape I released, I got 50,000 downloads in that piff. I blew up 5 million views on the video, you know, back and forth with whatever stuff like that. So I did my thing. And then in that process of blowing up, almost too extremely quick because it was my first project, which was basically a curse, to be honest with you. I learned a lot. I'm gonna share those things with you so that they're then inside of your mind so that you can utilize them, not make those mistakes, and know what to do better. Because if I could go back and I knew these things, I would have progressed so much faster. I would have been a lot smarter and I would have been a lot further. The same way that I'm teaching you guys these things so you can get further faster. I'm Rob Level, sure you already know that. Hit me with a subscribe. This is the #1 educational platform for hip hop artists. This is Smart Rapper. So you know you're gonna get smarter right after the intro.
If you making money, I could put you on my team. Yeah, I got that hustle and maneuver. Talk that trash, I'll be back, but I'll be with my shooter. My paint gets scratched, don't want that, I drop by from the Uber. Dip and dash, hit the pad, burn like Freddy Krueger.
Just so you guys know, the video you just saw, that's my new song, and the Future Kings dance to it. They did the Baby's Bop video, they just did Drake's. Guys, they heard my song, and they're like, this is a hit, we gotta do this. Bro, it's over. It's over with. We got this, guys. We got this. You guys want to check out that song? You can type in Dip and Dash on YouTube and go check it out. But let's go ahead and get into this. Because I'm going to teach you guys these things that I had to learn to be able to get to this point, to be able to blow up. Oh, by the way, it's at over 500,000 views in 2 weeks. All right, let's go again. The first mistake that I made was I didn't have a writing schedule, okay? Now, very often, you hear me talk about time management, CEO things, the way the CEOs think, millionaires, and the way really to build yourself as a person, because you as a person spiritually, mentally, physically, these things matter first before you can excel here. If you're stable here, you're unstoppable here. And what happens often as artists is we come in the middle. And when we're in the middle, we lose balance. Oh, I don't feel like writing. I'm unmotivated. I'm tired. I don't know when to write. I don't know how to start. I don't know blah, blah, blah. And the primary key that will fix this that I learned it took me a long time to understand this, is actually having a guaranteed time every single day that I know I am going to work on music. If you know that that's the time to write music and nothing else, your whole day's cleared except for this 30 minutes or 1 hour a day, then you know when that time hits, all right, I'm gonna sit down. Even if I have writer's block, you sit down and try, and you will write something. If you only write 4 bars, that's fine. You know what? You're gonna feel good about yourself as a music artist. You're gonna feel more like a music artist because you wrote, all right? So making a time to write every day is what's going to allow you to actually work on music. And it's so funny I actually said this right now. My schedule's been so messed up because of the release of Dip and Dash and the Rapper Shortcut, advancing it, excelling it, and all these things that are going on that I haven't been able to work on music for the last few weeks, and it's really like eating at me, right? So until I got back on my schedule, which was literally this morning, I was unable to really find the time to make music. And this is proof of #1. Why was I unable to find the time? Because I was off of the schedule. I didn't have the schedule to tell me, Rob, that's when you need to write the music, okay? But this morning, I'm up at 5 a.m. every day, and I start writing music at 6 a.m. I freestyle to beats, to find melodies and flows for 30 minutes, and then I work on music now from 6:30 to 10 a.m. every single morning, okay? That is an essential part of how I grow and get so many songs done. And if you have a writing schedule, you'll be able to do the same thing. #2, and you're gonna really understand this, guys, is I relied on too many other people thinking that they actually cared about me or my success. Now, not to be negative, because I'm a very positive-minded person, you guys know that, most people are fake as hell. Or they don't wanna hurt your feelings. So there's a line there. But the thing is this, is that you have to understand from the very beginning of your music career that you are the only person responsible for your success. The minute that you think that it's somebody else's fault because this didn't happen, or this or that, because they didn't want to do this or they didn't do that, or that person not helping me, the moment that you don't take responsibility for the fact that you didn't teach yourself how to do it or you didn't put that work in, it's the moment when you're going to feel helpless. If I told you right now, Rob Level, I could not release a song unless you mixed the song or you did something for me that I really needed you to do, and you never did it, I would consistently tell myself, I can't release a song. I can't release a song. And I'm helpless because I've given you the power. When you count on other people, you give them the power. And one thing that I've learned is through my whole career, I want to hold the power. So I taught myself every possible skill set. Shooting my music videos, editing my music videos, shooting these videos, editing these videos, writing scripts, writing movie scripts, color correction, graphic work, you name it, recording myself, mixing and mastering my own music, anything, everything I had to do, I taught myself. Yes, it took me time, but it was worth it. Why? Because now I have all the power. No one can stop me. I could have a team of people and they'd all quit and I'd be like, okay, well, that sucks. It's going to take a lot of my time, but I do it. And I'm confident in that. And that's the type of confidence that's going to allow you to know you're going to be a successful artist. Because what happens is we always hit these road bumps, right? You hit a road bump, you're like, oh man, I can't. Who's going to mix this song? This sounds like poop, right? Who's going to record this song? My boy got to let me borrow his studio, but he keeps changing the time up. He ain't let me come over. It's because he don't want to help you. He don't need to help you. He's doing you a favor. You're relying on other people. You have to help yourself. And the sooner you understand that, the faster you're going to grow and you're going to make it. I'm telling you, the moment you understand that, okay? Let's keep going. Number 3 is a really good one. I didn't understand deep work and deliberate practice in order to excel myself. When you're learning a skill set, and I'll explain these really quick. When you're learning a skill set, such as writing lyrics or developing, especially developing a rap flow. When you're developing any type of skill, if I only spend 30 minutes working on the skill and it's just like random, it doesn't really do anything for you. You've done something, but you have not deliberately focused on one essential piece or aspect of that skill set. Deliberate practice is where you choose one specific piece of a skill set that you want to learn and you hone in and you focus on that one specific desired goal to grow. Great example. Let's say you're writing lyrics. There's a lot of elements and aspects to writing lyrics, okay? Because you have multis, you have punchlines, you know what I'm saying? You have writing real talk lyrics, getting better at real talk lyrics. You have getting better at storytelling. If you're just writing lyrics, you're generally writing like an amalgamation. Is that the word I'm looking for there? Something like that. You're writing a big pot of the same, of all those lyrics in one, right? So you don't really ever get that great. Maybe you get like 1% better at each one because they're kind of like random when you're writing, right? But think about this. What if you sat there and you said, I'm only going to write punchlines, and not just for an hour. I'm only gonna write punchlines today. I'm gonna go into deep work. Deep work's where you spend like 4+ hours on something. I'm gonna spend 4 hours today only focusing on writing punchlines. That single day, that one day that you spent trying to get better at writing punchlines is the day where you would get literally 20% better at writing punchlines, as opposed to having to write for like 20 days random to even get anywhere close to that, because you focus solely on this. As you're doing the individualized punchlines, how to write punchlines, you learn because you're thinking, how do I write a punchline? Your brain starts wiring itself and you learn tricks of the trade to focus on writing just punchlines. And then after you've mastered that, you move to storytelling. You learn how to tell stories from other people's perspectives, from your perspective, creating an environment, designing the environment visually so people can see what they're hearing. And then you move on to the next one. Now you focus on multis, okay? When you do it like that, you'll grow insanely fast. Now when I learn any skill set, because I'm consistently learning every single day, I focus on one specific thing. And I go into deep work on that one thing to get better at it. Okay, I don't scramble things. I spend 1 week to 2 weeks focusing on one specific skill set to get better at it and hardwire it. When you do that, you're gonna get extremely better, extremely fast, okay? And just so you know, I learned these things from 2 different books. There's a book called Deep Work, and there's a book about,
You're grateful.
I am. There are things, there's studies as well as a book about deliberate practice. You really need to check that out, okay? Let's keep going. Number 4, I didn't have someone to hold me accountable for my growth. This was one of the hardest things to find, because I said you don't want to rely on people, right? But this isn't really relying on somebody. This is you relying on yourself to get better, and then having somebody be there to discipline you if you don't do what you need to do to get better. You have to have somebody hold you accountable, right? Because us ourselves, like I'm a boss. I'm the boss here. I don't have to do any work. I can go sleep right now. I don't have to shoot this video, right? Problem is if I do that, nothing gets done, right? So I had to train myself to have the self-discipline to continue working. But what makes it even better is that people who work for me, they're like my accountability partners, because if I let them down, right? If I let myself down by not doing this, I let them down. They have jobs. I have to pay them salaries in order so they can pay their bills because they have families. So that's my accountability partner, right? When you put things in place where, like for instance, if you have a kid, that's your accountability partner. I have to do this. That's why if somebody has a kid and they're like, I gotta do this for my kid, that's a form of an accountability partner. You have a reason beyond yourself and your self-belief to push further. Try to find that accountability partner. Somebody's gonna be honest with you and tell you that, no, this music isn't that great, or yes, this is great, yes, keep going in this direction. That took me a very long time to find, because people always yes men around me, because I blew up fast and everybody was like, sucking my dick. They would not, like, nobody would be honest with you, okay? So you need to find somebody who's gonna be honest with you and tell you straight up truth. That's somebody you gotta keep around. 5th mistake I made, massive mistake, was not understanding music is a business. That's why it's called the music business. Anything you do in your life is business related. Everything is a business. It's all a business. And when you start looking at it like that, you're gonna understand you're not just a rapper, my friend. You're a business owner. You're a brand owner. Okay? You're a CEO. You are a president of a company, and that company is you, LLC. That is your company, my friend. And it may sound corny, but it's true. I have videos that show you, actually I have like the top search on how to start a record label. But if you go into YouTube, you can start a record label for yourself, an LLC, to start running your music through and start signing people to for in like less than 30 minutes to start an LLC in any state. The only difference between you being a rapper and you being a business owner is the fact that you haven't taken the 30 minutes to create the label. Because then you actually become a literal CEO of a company in less than 30 minutes. And now you're running this with yourself signed to it, and you're running a business. Your mind needs to shift to the aspect and to the perspective that, hey, damn, I'm not just a rapper. I'm an exceptional rapper, but I'm also a boss. I'm a boss. I really had to change that mindset for myself. It's still on my list to remind myself of. I am a businessman and a superstar music artist. I am not a thug, because I had to get out of this mindset of, you know what I'm saying, this is what I'm a rapper, but like I gotta keep this. Bitch, I already know I'm tough. I already know I'm me. You don't gotta believe me, bitch. Look at my criminal history, bitch. How many felonies I fought? Like, get the fuck out of here. But that don't even matter anymore. See, I'm even still trying to fucking like prove it to you, but it's gonna spend my whole life trying to prove it to people. But that shit don't even matter, right? What matters is getting this money, changing things, giving people jobs, changing the world, educating people like you. That's the shit that matters. I want you to stop thinking of yourself as a rapper. I want you to think of yourself as a businessman rapper. There's a real reason why Jay-Z is freaking considered Jay-Z. It's not the music. The music's what got him to that point. Had he not ascertained that level of finances and got Beyonce, which was basically a brand cosign if you look at it as a business, he would not be Jay-Z today. He would be Nas level. Like, love the music, man, but you didn't do this. That's the difference, right? Because Jay-Z's smart as hell, because he's a businessman. You're a businessman that's a rapper. That's how you need to look at it. And even if you go back to Reasonable Doubt, he was thinking from that perspective from the very beginning. That's why he was able to excel so fast. That's why. You need to look at yourself as a business. Okay, let's keep going. I could talk about that all day. It's my favorite part. Number 6, I did not realize at all that marketing was more important than any other aspect of all of your music. Lucky for me, I spent 2 years before I actually released my first mixtape, before I even really had the studio equipment to record, learning how to market even my poop songs, the songs that sucked, which I know a lot of, well, maybe you're amazing, but I had some bad songs when I first started, and I was marketing them, and I did a lot of marketing and learned how to do that. That's why when my first mixtape finally released, I already had tons of fans. It dropped. I dropped something, but I marketed the crap out of it using my underground marketing tactics with zero marketing dollars. I had no money in my pocket at that time, and I blew up. So that came down to the fact that I had a fantastic song and amazing marketing. But I didn't understand how powerful or what that marketing really meant and how consistent you needed to stay. When you do any type of music, if nobody's listening to your music, no matter how great of a song it is, it's as if you never created it, because you just released something that nobody's freaking listening to. And that's the most painful feeling as a music artist. And I know you felt it. You only get 100 views on a song and you're like, man, it's amazing, why do people listen to it? Then I'll listen to it because you don't know how to market it, or you're not taking the time to market it. Artists spend more time in the studio than they do marketing a song. And that's what screws them. Because you'll have this whole mixtape you spent a month making, and then you won't even spend a freaking month promoting it? What are you doing? You spend all this money on buying the beat leases and mixing and mastering, but you won't spend any money marketing it? You're just gonna spend $500? That's not enough. You need to spend $500 here, you need to save more money. Spend $500 here, and you need to keep promoting it. If you believe in it, you keep promoting it. Marketing is essential. Go learn marketing. I have a ton of marketing courses. I have courses on all this stuff, guys. Time management, how to start a record label, copywriting, how to make money with your music. I have over 50 courses, okay? This is essential. I have so many marketing strategies, and I'll show you guys how I blow up my own music, okay? Like, I have some secret stuff. Anyways, I'll put the links below for that. Let's keep going through this. Number 7. A lot of you are going to be like, Rob, I hate you. I hate you for this one. But number 7, I did not realize the difference between star music artist and superstar music artist. Because, believe it or not, well, you should, because the word difference, there's a massive difference. But the way that I look at this is that you have an artist that is capable of star level. They make good music. They have a good brand, they're entertaining, their fans love them, they're a star. They're a B or a C grade artist. Now, an A-list artist is a superstar, but let's stick with this one real quick. This artist does not really move further into a form of music that is more commercialized or more accepted by a wider audience of people. As rappers, we want to spit bars. We don't want to be saying, we want to be doing these melodies, blah, blah, blah. That took me a long time to get over that, because I'm like, rap, nah. If you rap and you're just rapping, you're just rapping. You're not ever going to be able to be an A-list artist. Why? Because name one rapper that is actually superstar level. Now, you can't, because that type of rapping keeps you underground. It's not commercialized enough. You have to do a blend of I rap and what makes somebody a superstar, melodies, melodic. Think about Roddy Ricch. He's considered a rapper, is he not? But he's actually singing on every song. He's being melodic, okay? And there's a big difference. And when you understand how to be more melodic, you take the same lyrics, you're the same artist. You just need to learn how to be melodic with your lyrics, okay? And that will allow you to grow faster. Why? Because people like melodies more than they like lyrics. If you combine the melodies with the lyrics that you already think you're great at, you're gonna grow twice as fast then, right? What are you doing? The moment I realized that, I was like, oh my God, dude, I thought I was gonna be a sellout when I was doing this and this. No, you know what? I wanna make amazing music. I want people to love my music so I can inspire them. And I wanna make music that I wanna listen to. You gotta open your mind, and that's gonna help you climb. All right, I like that. I'm gonna write that down. And that takes us into number 8, which is really the same kind of mistake. The 7, which is I focused way too much on lyricism and growth as a lyric artist before I focused on flowing and melodies. And I'm actually just right now sitting here realizing why I did that. Because it's so much simpler to understand and think about, oh, I can just write lyrics and add the rhyme, and then you can get really good at that way faster than something that's unknown to you, like flowing. I just realized that. That's why often, and probably you too, you focused mostly on lyrics in the first place, not on flowing. It's because this is unknown. This is scary to us. But lyrics, I can write lyrics. I don't have to say nothing. Oh, that's hard, right? But when you gotta say it out loud, it gets scary. It's territory you haven't crossed into yet, so you don't really build this skill set. I just realized that. I love that's why I break these things down, because I learn as I teach you guys too. And that's the thing though. If I would have understood the importance of melodies, back to number 7, to be able to become capable of being a superstar as opposed to just star, I would have started learning melodies and flows and all these other things way sooner. I damn near would have learned it first. Sure, I wouldn't be as exceptional at lyrics. I wouldn't have been on the front page of Rap Genius for most lyrical, all these other things. So what? I'd have 10 million people loving my music and I'd be sharing my message with them. Even if it wasn't as lyrical, I would still be telling my story. So understand from the get-go, if you're an artist right now, you're like, I'm just doing lyrics, writing lyrics. Try to pass that phase as soon as you can and focus on learning your flows, because it's gonna help you get to superstar level, okay? Flows, melodies, that matters more than lyrics. Number 9, oh God, I still don't do this. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like just now kind of starting to do this because I'm so self-made and so many people always let me down anytime I reach out to somebody. Earlier in my career, I did not network at all. I did not reach out to anybody. I would not talk to anybody. People would reach out to me. I mean, I would talk to them and be nice, but then they offer me something or they'd offer me this and that. And I say, no thanks, no, I'm good. Because I don't like, number 1, I don't like handouts. Number 2, I don't trust motherfuckers. I used to live in homeless shelters and flop houses, motherfuckers stealing shit from us and all the time. Fucking had a fucking police informant living in the house, stole my fucking computer laptop. All kinds of shit. But I don't trust motherfuckers. I just been through too much. My mom gave me up. Everybody always never believed in me. I just don't trust people. So that was my excuse for not networking. But looking back, I would have networked way more. Now the reason, like, Rob, you're networking now. Now I'm networking. But the thing is with this is that I built myself self-made to a point where what happens? And I learned this about LA. And I'm gonna give you guys a little tip. Okay, we realized this about 2 years ago. I built myself all the way here with no one's help. I am 100% self-made. Didn't even have parents. What happens is everybody comes to you now. Everybody comes to me. I don't gotta reach out to nobody. You come to me, okay? Because they see that I have value. When you have no value on a ladder and you're reaching out to people bigger, they don't pay attention to you because you appear to have ostensibly, or to all outward appearances, you do not have value to them, right? Unless you're offering them money and then they kind of talk to you, right? But oftentimes you don't have any money. I didn't have any money till the last 2 years. I was broke as shit. I was making less than $15,000, $20,000 a year. And the thing is that you have to network with people on your level. And everybody at the lower level, when you're first starting out or even in your first 2 years of being an artist, you're all just clawing, confused at what to do next. Nobody knows what the next move is to make it as an artist until I made the rapper shortcut and showed everybody. But you guys can only network together because nobody up here is gonna fuck with you. If you build yourself to a certain level, really work your butt off, then you have a little bit of value and you can start reaching out to other people and then they'll start messing with you. So I'd say like about a year in, after you've developed your skills and your brand, you put all the things in, maybe a year and a half, you start networking. I still would go back and not worry about networking in the beginning because I would have known it was a waste of time. It was still a waste of time in a lot of ways, but if you find the right people, you build a team, you work together, you create what's considered a mastermind group, which I'm sure you've heard of, and you grow together. And that's what you do, right? But first, you gotta build yourself up. Say you have 10,000 fans and you reach out to another person who has 10,000 fans, you just now have 20,000 people paying attention. You do that again, you have another 10,000, that's 30,000, you keep going down the line. Guys, it's basic math and it makes so much sense. And I never did it. And I'm here today, but look how long it took me. And the 10th mistake that I made that I know you are probably making now, and that's why I'm telling you not to do it, is I spent a long time telling myself, oh no, I'm not going to record this until I get the better microphone. Okay, well now I'm not going to record until I get the better preamp. Or I'm not going to record until I build a booth. I'm not going to record until I have the acoustic treatment. And you make all these excuses saying, well, I can't record because it's not the highest quality. It doesn't sound as good as it can sound. It'll sound better then. Why not just do it then? Why not wait until I get acoustic treatment for this, and this? All these excuses, like really? You think you need a booth? You don't need a booth. I record right here. His song that just blew up, made it right there. Okay? Everything. Any song. You don't need all that. I got acoustic treatment. Obviously, I got amazing gear now. What I'm saying, you can record in the middle of a room. Sure, there's some reverb. Who cares? You're getting the practice and you're creating music. Stop making the excuses that you have to wait. Think about it. If you're building your skill set while you have the crappy equipment, it doesn't sound as good. Okay, cool. Well, now, when you finally get the equipment, you're going to be way better at making the music, so the music's going to be better, as well as your music is going to fit the level of the gear. If you still suck and you get a better microphone, you still sound like you suck. It's just much more clear. You know what I'm saying? You still got to get good. Stop making excuses. I made those excuses. I'm gonna lie to you. I wasted about 4 years of my life in total saving up for microphones. Like, obviously I was writing and but I wasn't really recording myself. And that screwed me. It's really screwed me up. I was learning marketing. I was learning about all the things, how to mix myself. I was doing all these things that definitely helped my career in that time. But I could have been recording myself. I could have excelled faster. I don't even know. It's just, if I could go back, I would have been recording as soon as I possibly could, because it wouldn't have taken me so long to get so good on the mic. The 11th mistake that I made. I wasted way too much time on the things that don't actually matter in a music career. When you start out as a music artist, you don't know what the steps are. You don't know what matters and what doesn't matter. And that's a massive part of why I made the Rapper Shortcut, which tells you what to do every week in the exact order that you actually need to learn the information. Because often we'll try to learn this over here, or we'll try to learn this over here. And none of that stuff matters because it doesn't directly apply to you now. Why are you sitting there worrying about how to get the masters to your song, or how to market your song and get a label? That happened yesterday. Guy reached out, hey man, and I screenshotted it. Hey man, is it better for me to start my own record label or to sign to a major label? I said it's better for you to stop thinking about that stuff and focus on actually making good music, because no label is going to sign you, and there's no point in having a label if your music sucks, right? So we're always thinking about this stuff. That stuff doesn't matter. What matters is you get good at your craft, right? You focus on one thing. Get good at your craft. Okay, cool. Get good at branding. Okay, cool. Get good at marketing. Okay, cool. Get good at mixing your music so you can start releasing it. Okay, cool. Get good at this. Okay, cool. Get good at this. Okay, cool. That, instead of scatterbraining yourself, you waste so much time on things that don't matter, especially if you don't know what order to do them in. If I teach you everything, this video right now, about how to make a record label, how to run a record label, how to make the money for the record label, how to raise capital, how to do everything, how to sign artists, how to get the contracts, you may be like, wow, that's a lot of information. That's dope, Rob, I appreciate that. But you know what's gonna happen? Is 3 months from now, because you never utilized the information in real life, you're gonna forget it all and you have to come back to the video anyways. You only retain information that you directly apply. So it's better to learn information here, now, apply it, and it hardwires and you remember it. If you learn something you're not going to use for 6 months, you're going to forget it in that 6 months. And it never hardwired because you never utilized it. That's how the human brain works. Unless we actually apply things, it doesn't matter. That's why people say real life world experience is more important than school. Factual information. You want me to show you how to run a business through books and do little tests? Or do you want to actually run a business and feel it and experience it and be responsible for it? That's why that matters. So if you guys want to get the Rapper Shortcut where I teach you all this stuff in the exact order, links below, or go to rappershortcut.com/go, get the free calendar that shows you those weeks, okay? Let's keep going, last one. Number 12, I spent most of my money on my music, but not enough of it. I'd spend money on food, I'd spend money on things I didn't need, like I try to buy clothes because I wanted to feel at least decent. I always only had like one pair of shoes. I never really had much money. But that's the thing though, is that I still would go buy, I mean, I don't gonna lie, I buy all the knockoff stuff. When I was younger, I'd go to the flea market and buy like $40 Air Forces. I wasn't paying $120 for it. Are you insane? I could not afford that. You get two for $80. It was $45, or you get 2 pairs of Air Forces for $80. I was like, that's a deal. So I get a black pair, I get a white pair. You know what I'm saying? Or generally 2 black pairs eventually when I started to learn how dirty white shoes get. Especially knockoff ones, because the end. But the thing is though, is that money could have been invested in my music. The problem is that I didn't know where to invest money or how to invest money, right? I didn't know how to save money. I didn't know how to allocate funds to certain areas to move forward with that. But what you need to understand is the more money you have for your marketing, especially if you know how to market, the faster you're gonna grow. If I spend $50 and I gain 100 fans here, but instead of spending that $50 on that, I went to dinner with my girlfriend on this Friday night. And that's another reason I don't recommend having a girlfriend, because she costs money when you're broke. Now I just lost 100 fans because that $50 could have went to that. Now I bought a new outfit. It cost me $150 for all this. Oh, it looks so good, look fly. Who gives a shit okay? Because you could have grown your fan base, right? That's if I would have realized that sooner, I would not have spent money on a lot of stupid things. So make sure that you're watching your money and you're spending it in the right places, all right? If you guys want to get the rapper shortcut, you guys can get that below, all right? I'm going to give you guys the link to the calendar. The shortcut itself is not free, but I'll give you the calendar for free to show you here. Follow these steps, okay? In addition to that, hit me with a like, hit me with a subscribe. We're growing extremely fast. And go check out my new hit single, Dip and Dash, that the Future Kings just dance to. You guys are gonna love it, okay? Hit me with a comment. Which one of these did you not know, or which one of these did you learn the most from? All right? Keep hustling, gang. I have tons more videos coming. We're taking over the game, and I'm gonna pull you right up to the top with me when I get there. All right? I'm this close. We getting there, okay? Keep hustling, gang. I'll see you at the top.
If you making money, I could put you on my team. Yeah, I got that hustle and maneuver. Talk that trash, I'll be back, but I'll be with my shooter. My paint get scratched, don't want that. I drop by from the Uber. Dip and dash, hit the pad, burn like Freddy Krueger.